So, one key to building wealth is owning a home, and that wealth also depends on residents being able to keep up with that property.
Yeah, Cleveland's aging housing stock can make that expensive for some residents. And this News 5 original, Kevin Barry explains why across our region, many folks struggle to get money for simple repairs.
Frank Avenue today looks a little different from the Frank Avenue Brett Irvin grew up on.
The street, was full of houses and neighbors.
The two homes his mom owns today, Brett says, have been part of the family for 60 years. They have plenty of memories, but also a roof that needs to be fixed, peeling paint, and a porch that needs attention. Brett says he's been looking for money to help his mom fix up the property, but so far, he hasn't found any.
We don't want to be an eyesore, but we want to be a part of the progress that's coming.
And Brett is not alone. Councilman Blaine Griffin represents this part of Cleveland, and he says after calls about public safety, he gets the most amount of calls from his constituents about trying to find money to fix up their houses. For people like Brett and his mom, there are two options: grants from community organizations or loans through traditional banks. NIKIFOROVS' Community Housing Solutions awards money for about 1,000 repairs a year, from small fixes to something larger.
Others, involve, replacing a heating system or a hot water tank or a roof in some cases.
Those grants are usually reserved for homeowners. Brett's mom lives in one of the buildings, but she also rents out 3 units in them, disqualifying her from most grants. The only other option are traditional bank loans, and they bring their own problems.
I think it's a continuation of redlining.
Councilman Griffin's observations are backed up by research at the Western Reserve Land Conservancy. It found that even though more homes on Cleveland's east side need repairs, banks aren't lending to those areas where homeowners are more likely to be black.
It's modern day redlining combined with years of disinvestment, neglect, and everything else.
The Conservancy's senior policy advisor, Frank Ford, says regardless of the reason, it creates a cycle that's hard to break.
Abandonment means blight. And the blight means an undervaluing of properties,
making it harder for anyone near these areas to get loans or even sell their home for a fair price. Without that option for Brett's mom, she's stuck.
It's extremely frustrating.
Other communities, Frank says, lend better. A loan program in Cleveland Heights works with homeowners who have already been turned down for loans elsewhere. But this program gives them financial counseling, help figuring out what to fix, and an inspection when the work is done to hold contractors accountable.
We need more banks to participate in that program. And 2, we need that program to be expanded beyond Cleveland Heights to the east side of Cleveland, other east inner suburbs.
Ford says that expansion is starting and the whole county has an interest in helping the neighborhoods that need it. He says when the county can't collect property taxes in spots where there are many open lots, that tax burden shifts to the suburbs.
So that even though people who may live in Moreland Hills, Pepper Pike say, well, that's not my problem. The fact is it eventually is your problem. It affects everybody if properties in the inner city and the east inner suburbs are declining.
In Cleveland, I'm Kevin Barry, News 5.